What's up guys, and welcome back to another video where I'm gonna give my review on this Scott micro ascent release. It's been 4 months now since I got this, just before the lockdown, so it was perfect timing. And in the beginning of the year I'd said to myself, this is the year that I'm gonna fully commit to a hinge release. And I actually have my brother to blame for switching over to this particular one. But I'm gonna give you all the pros and cons of this release in just a moment. Two reasons why I like this specific release. First off, it's the handle, and second is the way the Halfmoons work. I'll get to the Halfmoons in a moment. So the handle, it's nice and heavy. I assume it's stainless steel, and it fits my hand really nice. I have pretty thick fingers, so even with the medium it's still super comfortable. Remember, when you are out shooting, then your fingers will be a bit more separated, and so I went with the medium. My dad had one and I decided to stick with it. I think the large handle would be too big for my hands. Then secondly, it's the Halfmoons. Now traditionally a hinge only has one Halfmoon. It has two sides, one that you can choose the option to use the click, and the other side to not use the click. Now in order to get that clicking noise, sound or feeling, you have a groove cut into the Halfmoon knock. So as I'm still a beginner or novice hinge release shooter, I will most probably always use the click. I like it when I know where I am through the cycle of rotating my hinge. On the traditional hinges I have a bit of a problem with that. With that groove cut into your Halfmoon, your shear, which hooks onto your loop, falls into that groove. Now if you go and sit and think about it on a microscopic level, it's actually stuck in there. So while you're rotating, your shear is standing still on one place. So you have to apply or put more pressure on your hinge release in order to get it off. Now my problem with this is not the same amount of pressure or rotation goes into getting this shear out of that groove, so it creates inconsistencies. So this is where this release comes in. It has a double Halfmoon, and essentially what this does is the two of them sits on different levels. One providing your click, and the other one it's dropping off to provide you a clean break off. What's cool about it is it's super smooth when it drops onto the second Halfmoon. So you'll actually see the markings on here. The one on the left hand side is the one that is where it starts on, and then when it drops off to the one on the right hand side, it provides you that click. So it will actually go fall onto the second Halfmoon, and then bam, it goes off. The cool thing of this is there is no inconsistencies, because there's not that tension building up inside the groove that's providing you that clicking sound. So with more consistent rotation, you'll get less inconsistencies in front of the target. Other cool thing about these Halfmoons is, which you can't normally do with other hinges, is set your firing speed apart from the clicking speed. Now since there is two Halfmoons, you can adjust them separately or together. So when you adjust them separately, you can choose your clicking speed in accordance to your firing speed, which is actually pretty cool. So if you want your release to click long before the shot goes off, you can do it. If you want the release to click just before the shot goes off, well, that's not a problem. If you want no click at all, then you can just move the bottom Halfmoon out of the way, and the other one that should have provided the click just a bit more forwards, and then you'll have no click. So there's infinite options that you can set these half moons on. It's a bit more complex to get your settings. It's not one screw and rotate your half moon. There you go. But Scott provides you with a nice booklet with some decent illustrations on how to set these half moons to your desired positions. I haven't had any reliability issues with the half moons moving, where I have had that with other releases as well, which I'm not really a fan of. Obviously you want everything to stay the same once you have it set. The only downside, I think, is because of the fact that you can't add another finger on it, but I wanted to shoot with 3 fingers. I know it's available in 4 fingers as well, and I suppose if you only want to use 2 fingers you can just do that, but there's no catch on the side for your middle finger then. The second downside, it doesn't come in black. That's about it. I want to Cerakote this black. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. I think it's going to be one hell of a challenge to get this disassembled. But that's not a train smash for me. I just want it black because I am preparing to hunt with it. That's the only reason. As far as the machining goes, it's spectacular, it's good, it has a nice weight to it, as I mentioned, and if you can, go and try it out. I really am motivating you to go try it out if you have the chance to do it. I think it's an awesome release, and I'll keep you guys updated. I don't think I will have any problems with it, so I think this is a really great buy, and at $200 it's right in the middle of the price range. I think it's superb value for money. Can't go wrong with it. This is my 2 cents on this release. It shoots good, and I think this might be the release for you. If I can call this, a downside, if your hand is too big or too small for the thumb peg, it only has one thumb peg position, so you can't move that. I suppose you can put on a bigger peg if you want to. If you want to order something through guys like UltraView, then you'll be able to get away with a different size or position for this thumb peg. For me, it's quite perfect. You can see if I close my hand, it's hooking there into the first link of my finger. So yeah, I think they could have just added one more or make it adjustable, but for me it's perfect. I didn't even think about it. It was just an afterthought that popped up. The other cool thing is there's a rubber band, but I think it's on its way to snap. But Scott provides you with a few more. I haven't had to replace one yet, so this just pulls the shear back to position each and every time instead of a spring. Those are some of the small features. Further, nothing wrong with it. I'm in love with it. I don't think, I hope I don't buy something else pretty soon.